Guilty Gear Strive.
Is everything all right? I can hear tires screeching.
These windows have great visibility. Wouldn't you agree? You wouldn't even know they were there.
Indeed.
They're 110 millimeters thick, too. 100% words eye, just as fast on land as in the water. Worst case scenario, she can even move without wheels. And our driver's more than her good looks. She's got 42 manuals worth of emergency protocol committed to memory. Not bad, huh, mister?
Asuka. No need for a mister.
Asuka, then. Anyway, this car you've chosen for your little hitchhike could put any tank to shame. My only complaint is that I can't find an insurance company to cover it. Do you know why that is?
Well, yes I do. Because you are the 76th President of the United States, and this is your personal car. A little flashier than I would have chosen on my way to proposed militarization at G4, but nonetheless.
I agree with you there.
I do apologize for forcing my way in like this. I had considered alternative approaches, but...
Save the explanation for later. For now, we need to get all these eyes off us.
Our intrepid reporters can confirm firsthand that the gear maker is currently seated in the president's car. That is correct. It seems that the most heinous criminal in history, commonly known as that man, may have surrendered himself into United States custody.
While we haven't been able to get a clear view of the situation, witnesses are reporting that he was speaking with the president. Now, there's a possibility that this may be a copycat.
The mastermind behind innumerable crimes during the Crusades, the monikers That Man and the Gear Maker should be familiar to anyone who's ever opened a history textbook.
His true identity has remained a mystery until now.
Some speculate that he may be involved with the United States' expected demilitarization announcement at G4.
Citizens have started to gather in protest, resulting in confusion unseen since the 42
Be
flooding.
wary of the recent spread of unfounded speculation. As of now, we don't have any confirmation.
He's a man of many names, but perhaps we should call him by the one most familiar to us. The Devil.
Vultures, all of them. They can spot prey from a mile away.
Oh, actually, I leaked the story to them.
You don't say. Wait, huh?
I hate to say it, but you heard that right.
It was a necessity. I want my actions to be just as transparent as the glass of this window. I know that my request is unreasonable, but...
You call it a request. With all those eyes on us, this is a demand. You might not realize, but if the pen is mightier than the sword, then the microphone's stronger than a cannon.
You're supposedly the mastermind behind a 100-year war. Whether that's true or not, it's what the people believe. If the victims of that conflict or their families are nearby, they aren't just here to get a look at you.
Huh?
Get down!
So it is you. That's a negative, boss. Looks like the other one is in Illyria.
Skies sure are clear. We're going to need a 43rd manual, Mr. President.
Worry about that after we...
Mr. Asuka, they say that there's nothing you can't do. So what could you possibly want from us?
Confinement.
For you? I don't think there's a cell in this world that could hold you.
No, not for me. For the tome.
The tome? You mean the Tome of Origin?
To be more precise, I need a place that cannot be accessed by any outside force. One that cannot be forced open by any weapon or spell, no matter how strong.
Now I see.
So, like Alcatraz?
No, Mr. President. He's referring to an even safer location. The Presidential Emergency Operations Center. In other words. The White House.
This ain't good. Sol Badguy! I saw you in the newspaper, you know.
You can read. Shit, you're smarter than I thought. How about you read this for me?
Ooh, who's that handsome devil?
Come on, read it. Says you're worth 2 months' worth of meals.
Two whole months? Figured a big world-saving hero would have more expensive tastes. Shouldn't you be putting up your feet at the castle right now? What are you doing out here, bounty hunting?
Do I look like I got any table manners? Hold on now. Hear me out. I get it. Between the name and the look, I can seem a little scary, but... you make the right choice here, and I'll show you my softer side.
Don't screw with me!
That was the wrong choice.
No freaking way!
Who the... I'm with him.
You monster!
That's Mr. Monster to you. The army didn't burn their morals and budget 100 years ago to make someone you could disrespect.
You mean Asuka, right?
Huh?
It wasn't the army who made you. It was Asuka.
This guy sure as hell doesn't need to know that. And I'll settle things with him in due time.
Our citizens have both freedom of thought and freedom of speech. They may voice their complaints to the government as they see fit. This is a democracy, after all. In short, Ky, our administration is not a popular one.
You telling me that someone came to complain about a top security containment cell 300 meters underground?
You catch on quickly.
And you chose to leave the comfort of the castle and come take a look for yourself.
I didn't plan on doing so, until I heard that the first king himself was inspecting the site. Are you really so desperate for supporters?
In terms of pure accomplishment, people say I should be the third king.
Lines like that are why you keep making enemies. What are the damages?
32 injured, and the sturdiest door in the castle kicked down.
What was stolen?
Nothing. Nothing I could include in a report, at any rate. The culprit took something from Ariel's. Whether that's a weapon, a power, or something else we should be afraid of, I couldn't say.
It's as if we're cursed. How has it only been 3 weeks? 3 weeks between the end of the war and our culprit deciding to shake things up again. What did you say her name was?
Ino. If you're planning on becoming a detective, you chose one hell of a first case.
This is an extensive criminal record. If even half of these accusations are true, then 10 life sentences wouldn't be enough. And she's a combat genius with the ability to move through time? It's no wonder the police and the military have thrown in the towel.
Spare us the barbs and read, would you?
Barbs? I like to think of them as staples, holding the pages together. Otherwise, it's an endless list of excuses for why Ino's running wild. But on that note, Leo, I do have one question about all of this. What is her goal?
All of our info's on those pages in your hand.
She's the strongest performance criminal in history. Other than that, we don't know a thing.
Even where she came from?
We don't even know if Ino's her real name.
Saves me the trouble of looking her up in the registry, at least.
She's been known to work with the gear maker, though again, we can't say why. Or at least she was working with him until recently.
What makes this time any different?
She's never made a move this big before. Not to brag, but I'm a video surveillance fiend. If I caught it on camera, I could track a flea to the end of the world. But Ino destroyed all the footage from last night.
Of course. That's criminal behavior 101.
Not for her. Usually she wants the spotlight. But this time she didn't want to be seen.
She was hiding something, which can only mean she's got a sequel in the works.
How grateful I am that we have your brain. But what is it about this that has you so rattled?
The timing. It's too close to the G4 summit for this to be a coincidence. And we've got two troublemakers in play here. The Gearmaker and Ino. They may have different motives, but I can't imagine their actions are entirely unrelated. When two tornadoes collide, they create an even bigger storm.
You're right. The timing couldn't be worse. We need to put an end to all this. Or rather, we need a tornado that can snuff out the other tornadoes.
Daryl.
Sol Badguy is still a bounty hunter, is he not?
The man spent 100 years trying to get his life back.
It's not that I don't appreciate what he's gone through, but heroes are put on a different pedestal. We shower them with praise. Because we expect them to risk their lives.
Making sure he won't fall off?
Just about done.
Okay.
Hey, Jacko, careful with that. I just put it together, so it's not stable yet.
What? Is it gonna blow up or something?
Yeah, and take the whole damn mountain with it. And that's before I even got batteries in the thing.
Well, that's terrifying. You really want me to carry this around?
You ever get an entire century to tinker away at a hobby? You'd be amazed at what you can make.
Huh? You call this a hobby? That's a little aggressive.
No different than brand name clothes or jewels. Think of it as a bouquet of roses, and handle it that way too.
Maybe I'd know how if you ever gave me any.
Ha! By the way, don't pull a stunt like that again.
Huh?
You're a regular human now.
Biologically, you mean?
You know what I mean. Wouldn't you have rather stayed back at the castle?
Arya's still in here. I'm nothing more than a temporary replacement personality. Just an AI put in place to steer this body. Save that question for when your real girlfriend is back.
I'm asking you.
I have no desires beyond fulfilling my role.
And your role wants you here with me.
Am I the one who was at your side for 10 years? I have 1,000 years worth of knowledge of my role. And not even 1 year's knowledge of this world. Besides, what would you do if I did say I wanted to stay at the castle?
I tell you, too bad. You need a royal decree just to open the damn refrigerator. Even a rat wouldn't last 2 days there.
Sol,
Yeah?
I need you at the castle.